I hope I have enough room. Hello, Frank fans. How are you doing? Welcome back to Aromas by Miles. I'm Miles, and we're going to continue our slow dance around the world of fragrances. So, I'm getting ready to leave for a trip. I'm going to be gone for 2 or 3 weeks, or 3 weeks actually, and I'll be in China and Hong Kong and Vietnam and a couple of places back in the US. And I started packing today, and I was thinking, okay, what kind of fragrances am I going to take with me? That's kind of a battle I always go through because I have so damn many. But I usually take these small decants, and I take 6 to 8 fragrances usually, depending on how long I'm gone, of course, and what I'm doing. But I thought this time I think I'll just make a quick video and show you the process of what I go through about putting these together, these decants together, and then a little bit about which ones I'm choosing for this trip. So the weather in China, it's going to be a little colder uh, in some places, not cold, a little cooler in some places. It's obviously not going to be cold anywhere. But again, in the evening, the weather looks like it's going to be a little bit cooler. So trying to wiggle around with day scents and night scents and some of the heavier stuff and some of the lighter fragrances that are going to be available to me. So anyway, I've got 6 fragrances to take a look at. Some of these you're probably familiar with, and some of these you may not know. They're, I think they're all designer, well, Terre de Mez, but we'll talk about that. But I want to show you the process on how I do this. I'm going to the Fragrance Expo in Shanghai, which I'm kind of excited about. I've never done that before. So yeah, so I'll be smelled by a bunch of people. So anyway, so what I do is I buy these decants. You can get them from Amazon, and there's 2 or 3 different kinds. I kind of prefer the ones that the atomizer kind of screws out of the base, but I didn't have enough of those. So, but I did have a bunch of these, and these are the same sort of thing, but they've just got the cap on them. So these are, I think they're maybe 5 or 7 ounces. I should know, but I don't. So what you do with these is when you buy this package of these, they usually come in, but I think they come in 20, and they're about $25 or something like that. So you can kind of see what the markup is on the scent splits and all those other places when they sell you these decants. I mean, these things aren't very expensive. So, but what happens is they come with this sort of stuff here, this little plastic atomizer, and then they come with these little pipettes, and you're supposed to take the cap off of your fragrance and exchange it with this little plastic thing. For me, that's terrifying because I'm afraid that there's going to be something that's going to get all gummed up or wanky jawed, and I'll end up with an actual fragrance bottle that's very expensive that you can't use because it's leaks and everything else. So that terrifies me. So I figure if it's not leaking before I start messing with it, then I'm going to leave it alone. So what I use is a trusty little metal funnel. Sometimes you'll get a little plastic funnel with it, but obviously you can tell the size difference here. I prefer plenty of room, a bigger target. So what I do is unscrew this, and it's got the little thing over here. I put my funnel in, and then let me do the one I'm going to do here first. And then I take my fragrance, and I just squirt it in. And it does the same thing, but I don't have to worry about the atomizer. Yeah, you're going to get a finger cramp, and you're going to complain and moan. But if you time your cocktail right, once you get one done, boom, you'll get another one done. So that's how I do it. Make sure I don't spill anything here. And I think honestly that's the superior way to do it. So let's get started. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I'm bringing. I'm bringing a little bit darker stuff, nothing really heavy. Uh, the first one I'm going to talk about is actually the heaviest one, and this one is Nishane's Ambra Calabria. And if you can see this, there's a little bit of duct tape on that thing. This is one of the casualties from the earthquake a couple of months, 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago, and it's got a big crack in it. So I lost about half of it, but I'm trying to figure out a way to to make sure I use this. And you guys are, maybe you're familiar with Nishani. I love the house in Nishani. I think it's one of the best houses anywhere. It's a Turkish house, and it kind of started the niche industry in Turkey itself. You know, they've always had fragrances for thousands of years, but this was the first niche house in Turkey, based in Istanbul. And Amr Kalabi is a bold kind of contrast of a bunch of different things. It's got uh, a lot of sparkling bergamot in the opening, kind of fruity, and then it goes to kind of a green, you know, woody kind of a dry down, and then it pops up, you know, into that amber musk and a little bit of vanilla in the base. So this is the heaviest one I'm bringing, and this would be a night scent for sure. Hopefully, there's going to be a couple of cocktail parties, I believe, at this event, so I'm going to test that out. And yeah, well, I'm going to be in Shanghai, and then I'm going to go to Hong Kong, and I'll go out a few times in Hong Kong. I'm going to get a couple of suits made and try and spruce up my style a little bit. Anyway, that's Amber Calabrian. It's like I say, it's got green leaves. It's got a bit of galbanum. It's luxurious. You know, I really like that scent. So that's Amber Calabria from Nishani. The next one I'm gonna bring in is Amawage's Beach Hut Man. And Beach Hut Man obviously it's green and woody. It's got some citruses in it. It's it's a daytime, obviously a daytime scent. You know, this is not something that's going to be strong enough to wear really in the evening, and it just doesn't have that kind of vibe for the evening. This is the longevity and projection are great on this, as you guys probably know already. If you have any experience with this scent, I do love this scent completely. So I'm going to put this. See my process here. Cap off. And you know, Beach Hut's got a little bit of patchouli in it too, and some myrrh, and that kind of pushes it along. And they also list a note of uh, of ivy, and to be honest with you, I have no earthly idea what ivy smells like. So, other than just some kind of green plant. But again, here we go. This is how we do it. And you know, I'll take a, oh, you know, it takes a couple of minutes or a minute, maybe a minute and a half. I don't know how long it takes. But you don't lose very much. You do with these big atomizers, or these really good atomizers from houses like Amouage and Guerlain. You're going to find that the atomizers are so, they disperse so much that it's you might get a little bit coming out of the funnel, but I still think it's a better alternative than trying to take the atomizer off of this thing and you know, take your chances with ruining this bottle, because you know these bottles obviously aren't refillable, so there's no way you're going to be able to get that off. My finger's killing me. But like I say, this is kind of how I do it, and I don't usually fill it all the way up. I give it something about like that, and since I have 6 other fragrances, that's going to last me for quite a while. So I'll do that, and I've got a little thing over here to wash out my funnel. I don't want to cohabitate. Screw this back on, and you can also get some of the little plumber's tape, and put it around there if you worry about it, because it'll still fit. It'll still fit in here, and I've actually gotten some of those from some of the discount houses. So, and that's it. So, you know, you've got this beautiful label I made. I probably can't even read myself, and that's how we go. And I do these all the time, because once you do them, obviously you don't have to redo them on your next trip if you decide to take it. You just have to figure out a way to get your inventory set up. So that's Beach Hut Man by Amouage. That's a Omani house, which again, they make fantastic fragrances, and it's unusual. It's something that I think you really should try. So the next one I'm going to take out is this is a little bit of maybe a little bit of a stretch for me. This is Dolce Melodia from Sospiro. Sospiro is a fantastic house. I really they're the sister house is Xerjoff. You know, again, they're Italian. So this fragrance is this fragrance is just sweet. You know, it is melodious, if you can even imagine that. But it's got fruity citrus. It's got some rose and some jasmine, and I think it's a romantic fragrance. And don't know if I'll have an opportunity to test that out in China since my Chinese is not too terribly good, but we'll see what happens. So again, the same. I won't force you to go through all these, but um, again, the same process. Pull this out. These are a little bit stiff, so you have to work them out a little bit. And then these unscrew. And really the key to this is just making sure that you get this thing screwed back in. And I'll probably go back and put a little bit of that tape on just to make sure. Again, I've got my funnel washed out. Boom. And here we go. Hopefully I'm not going to fill this up. Don't worry. You won't have to watch me do this. You can, but I wish you could see how much actually goes in there. It's kind of interesting to see how much juice actually, oh, you can't see that. I don't know why I'm doing this, but how much juice actually goes out of the atomizer on each spray, which is kind of interesting. Again, I won't force you to go through that. So I love Dulce Melodia. I love Vibrato from Suspiro also, and they've got a bunch of other ones that are very, very interesting. Basso. I don't know why they don't. They've got 2 or 3 in this color bottle. They've got 2 or 3 in the green and a couple in the purple and this and that. But I wish they'd put them all in different bottles. This one's a little bit banged up because it was an earthquake victim as well, but this one didn't break. Maybe it's because of the velvet on the other end. So the next one I want to talk about that you guys out there may not have much or be very familiar with, and that's Fortitude by Robert Graham. This is an absolute hidden gem. I don't know if there's not a lot of fragrances in this line, but this is an absolute hidden gem. Robert Graham's Fortitude. It's masculine, it's rugged, but it's luxurious at the same time. It's got some tobacco. There's tobacco, and it's got a little bit of a gourmand going on, but it's mainly centered around tobacco. It's got good longevity, good projection. This is one of those that's good for the cooler weather as well, the cooler evenings. But it's not so heavy that you couldn't wear it during the day if you wanted to. Yeah, so again, I'm not going to put this thing in the bottle. We're already kind of going along. But this is a rugged fragrance, very masculine. It's good longevity, good projection. Robert Graham, Fortitude. If you don't know it, go out and take a look. You can find it at discounters. It's not outrageously priced. And the next one I'm going to grab a hold of here, I'm going to take with me, is kind of it's a designer. It's Terre de Mez Parfum. I love this fragrance. I love the house. They've got tons of fragrances out there, and I'm really pleased. Let me see if I can find this. I'm really pleased with. Ooh, this is the new one. Really pleased with how this works during the day. I would. This is one of those daytime scents. This would be one I'd wear during the conference or be wearing out on the street in Hong Kong or Hanoi. It's doesn't have the greatest longevity, but it's again got a projection that's maybe these projection things. Who knows, a foot or so, if that could make any sense. But a really quality scent, quality ingredients. All of the Terre de Mez line has some amazing ingredients in them. So this is one that I would highly recommend. I'm just going to put this in here too. Yeah, I'm just learning how to put this stuff in the air without spraying it in my face. Yeah, that's going to work really well during the day. I don't know where I put the cap. Oh, it's on here. So that's my daytime scent, and I'm going to throw one out here that you guys may not know either. And this one is Still Life in Rio. And Still Life in Rio is a fragrance from Olfactive Studios, and that's a great house. They've got a lot of wonderful fragrances. You kind of have to tippy-toe around it, but you can get samples, decants. Look at this cool thing. Kind of a Halloween deal. And with these are the different ones. I wish I had. No, I did bring them. This is the second kind of these. You guys have seen these where you get these at Sin Split and some of those places, and it does the same thing. This comes out. Maybe it's a little bit easier to deal with. It's a little more elongated. But yeah, I like these, and you can buy these crazy little things if you're so inclined to put to put this in, and then bang, off you go. If you want to have one or two and you don't want to have to write some horrible looking name on it. But anyway, I'm sorry, back to the real juice. So this is Still Life in Rio, and Still Life in Rio is it's a bright, exotic daytime fragrance again too. Now, let me see if I can find that. I'm going to put this one in the bag here. Oh, here we go. Yep, here we go. So Still Life in Rio, it's got yuzu, it's got some lemon, coconut, ginger, those kind of tropical scents. Obviously, it's Still Life in Rio. You'd think that's what it's going to be. Perfect for summer, perfect for warmer days. It's kind of a, what would you call it, a zesty cocktail, I guess is how I would describe it. Hold on one second, I have to wash off my, okay. Yeah, and you can certainly wear this, warmer summer evenings I think would work. But, ooh, look at that sprayer. That's a beast. I wish you could see how much is going in here. I feel like I'm milking a cow or a goat or something. Or have you ever seen when they milk the rattlesnakes? That's a Texas thing, I guess. But this thing would fill up pretty quick. That's good enough. So that's Still Life in Rio. Again, perfect for summer. It's a creamy tropical scent that I think all of you would really like. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these in a plastic bag and a Ziploc, and then put another Ziploc, and then I have a little kind of a plastic case that I put them in that you'd probably put the lures in, fishing lures and that sort of thing. So it works really well. It doesn't take up much room. I've never had any trouble with customs on them. These are also under that 3.4, 3.3 ounces that you can take in a carry-on. So you could put those, if you were worried about these things getting crushed or beaten to death in your checked bags, you can always put these in your carry-on and spritz yourself if you want to. Just don't let a flight attendant tackle you along the way. So there you go. That's my travel arrangement for this next trip. I'll also have some on-the-road fragrances for you guys to tell you all about when I get back. So I hope everyone's well out there. I know you have a lot of choices of people to watch on YouTube, and I appreciate you taking the time to take a look at this. And please remember to subscribe and like the video, ring the bell, so when I put something else up, you'll be able to see it. You guys know this all goes to a charity, so you're really helping to expose and to support Medic Outpost nonprofit, which helps first responders around the world. So thank you very much. Please stay till the end. There's a little bit of blur about that, and I hope everyone's safe and well and happy. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Aromas by Miles. As most of you know, this channel is really dedicated to supporting the Medic Outpost nonprofit, which is a small nonprofit that supports healthcare workers and first responders in remote areas around the world. Anything that comes from this channel is going to go directly to that. So I hope you try and help me expose this wonderful charity and everything they do, and continue to watch Aromas by Miles. Thank you. I hope I have enough room.